For years, thousands watched a woman online, but no one knew who she was. The internet is full of live streams, gaming, chatting, performing. Most are meant to be watched. This one felt like it wasn't. It felt like stumbling upon a digital ghost, a signal that was never intended for an audience. This is the enduring mystery of the woman the internet called Chip-chan. Sometime in the mid-2000s, deep in the strange corners of the web, users discovered a webcam stream unlike any other. The feed was static, pointed at a single, cluttered room. For hours, sometimes days, a woman lay on the floor, wrapped in a blanket, almost entirely motionless. Early viewers were alarmed. They thought they were watching a corpse. They called the police, flooded forums with concerned messages, but they were wrong. The woman was alive. She just wasn't living in a way anyone could understand. This wasn't a performance. It was an observation post into a life that had seemingly stopped. The camera was a silent, unblinking witness, and we were the accidental voyeurs. The anonymous woman became known only by the username associated with the stream Chip-chan. She lived her life in front of this camera, but it was a life of near-total inaction. She rarely spoke. She barely moved. The stream would show her sleeping for incredibly long periods, far beyond what seemed normal or healthy. The room itself was a fortress against the outside world. The windows were covered, mirrors were obscured, and any reflective surface was blocked. When she did leave the apartment, which was rare, it was always in a heavy disguiser hat, a mask, layers of clothing. As if to erase her presence even when in public, her behavior was a collection of bizarre rituals and habits that built a wall around her. With the webcam serving as the only piece, the silence was only broken by fragmented messages. Chip-chan would occasionally hold up handwritten notes to the camera. The words were erratic, disjointed, and painted a terrifying picture of her reality. She claimed she had been implanted with a microchip, a V2K or voice-to-skull device. She wrote about a corrupt police officer she only ever referred to as P. According to her notes, this P was using the chip to control her, to keep her asleep, to force her to stay inside. Her world was one of constant surveillance and manipulation by an unseen force. To an outsider, the messages were the writings of someone deeply unwell, but to her, they were the only explanation for the prison her life had become. As the mystery deepened, internet sleuths eventually linked the webcam stream to a blog, which was widely believed to be hers. The posts were a direct extension of the notes she held up to the camera, but with more detail. They chronicled the same fears, the constant surveillance, the feeling of being controlled, and the complete loss of her own autonomy. The blog offered a window into her mind, a space where her fragmented thoughts were laid out in long, often rambling posts. The most logical explanation was that she was suffering from a severe mental illness, perhaps a form of psychosis involving delusions of persecution. Yet, even with this likely answer, so many questions remained. Who was P? Was he a real person who had wronged her, or a pure fabrication of her condition? The blog added layers to the mystery, but solved nothing. Given the bizarre nature of the stream and her claims of police corruption, it's no surprise that South Korean authorities were reportedly aware of her situation. Multiple reports were filed by concerned viewers over the years, yet no public intervention ever took place. We don't know if welfare checks were made, or if family was contacted. From the outside, it seemed as though the system was just as much a silent observer as the thousands of people watching online. And then, slowly, the stream began to falter. The feed would go down for longer and longer periods. The blog updates became less frequent, and eventually, there was just nothing. The signal was lost. The webcam, which had broadcast her isolated existence for over a decade, finally went dark. The disappearance of Chip-chan left behind a vacuum of unanswered questions. To this day, no one knows her real name. We don't know her family situation, or if she had anyone looking for her. One of the biggest mysteries is how the stream was funded. Running a 24/7 webcam and paying for internet for over 10 years isn't cheap. Was someone else paying for it? And why was it left online for so long, broadcasting such a private and painful struggle to the entire world? The camera documented a life in meticulous, agonizing detail. It captured the mundane, the bizarre, and the heartbreaking, but it never explained any of it. Chip-chan never asked for fame. She never addressed her audience or acknowledged the thousands of people who watched her every day. She was a ghost in the machine, a person whose life became an involuntary art installation. She was a life captured by a camera, but a story left completely unresolved. Her stream wasn't content. It was an anomaly, a glitch in the fabric of the internet that we are still trying to understand. Another signal documented. More to come. Thanks for watching.